Hi, I'm Allan Bennett, and like most people, I started with tropical fish, then saltwater, and this is my koi journey. And I've been keeping fish since I was a small child, and the last 25 years or so been really getting into koi, breed all my own fish, spent time in Japan, etc. So welcome to my story. Okay, so now we're going to go and get ready for this first spawn of the year, which is Kahaku, a fairly old female of mine, which I use to actually get body shape. She's the Benny on her is quite light, but I use two young darker red Benny males, and usually the outcome's pretty good and they grow quickly. Okay, let's go. So here we go, and please don't look at my mess here. And these, let me take you into this pond first, and this is the honeymoon suite in here, yeah? So this is typically where I'm going to spawn this female with a couple of males inside the cage, the net, and this will be a big spawn. She will lay 100,000 eggs. So I dedicate this whole pond to this particular spawn. Yeah. To my right hand side here, in case you're wondering, this is actually a brine shrimp hatchery. And I've just started it up this morning just to make sure that the heaters and the lights and everything is working. Preparation is the name of the game when you want to spawn. Make sure you get everything ready and it's all working before you decide that you actually want to do the spawn. So, that's it. This is the filtration of this pond. So this is a small drum, Draco drum, two bottom drains into the drum, and then we have a biochamber here. And the interesting thing about this 16,000 litre pond is that it's also heated. So I can actually go a little earlier and I can thermostatically control the actual water temperature. So it's currently, I like 23 degrees, and I've got good reasons for that. A bit of experience has told me 23 degrees is just about right. And the small heater is actually here, and I have an 8,000 litre pump running through this, pushing water from the filtration back into the pond. and it's currently sitting right on 23 degrees. So we're now going to enter. This is where most of my breeding fish are, not my show fish, but my breeding fish. Quite a few young fish. I like to keep 2 of all the varieties that I want to spawn. I always try and keep 2 females, 2 males. You never know, something goes wrong, you lose a female, and if you only have 1, you lose the line. Bearing in mind that here in Australia, it's very difficult for us to get good stock. We cannot import from Japan or anywhere else, so you need to always have that insurance policy behind. So I'm going to take you in now, and you'll see some of the ponds here. Just a quick look. These ponds are about 15,000 litres or so, and this is the male pond. So all my males are in here. I actually keep my males and females separate. So we're just moving from the male pond to the female pond. So the actual kahaku that we're going to use is in this pond here, and we'll be catching her very shortly. And the males are in the pond that is just over my shoulder here. I've got them in a smaller pond. They're usually in the larger pond, but I've got them here. I put them here yesterday, so it's easier for us to catch them this morning. That larger pond, I can chase them for quite some time before they wear me out, or I wear them out. So I moved them to here yesterday, much easier to catch them, yeah. But we'll let you have a look at them before we then move the female to the actual honeymoon suite. And I like to always put the female in a few hours before I then introduce the males. So I'll introduce the males at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And it would be normal for this pair, because she's an experienced female, it's normal for her to spawn this evening. And I'll be surprised if I don't get up tomorrow morning and come up here for a look and she hasn't completely spawned out. Hopefully. Once we actually measure her and take a couple of photographs, I then want to move her into the honeymoon suite, yeah, into the net. So I just put a little bit of that was enough just to calm her down, make her happy. Okay, so this is the female that I'm going to spawn with today, and sometimes she can be a very good girl, and sometimes she can be very bad, and I will probably get wet. She would be probably one of the largest kahakus in Australia. I think she will measure up around 85 maybe. Well, and I always leave her in the net till she gets a little bit of anesthetic to calm her down. The last thing that you want to happen is that she jumps out and damages herself, considering she is full of eggs, yeah? So you have to be very careful. You can see that the Benny is very light on her, yeah? But has a huge body shape, which is very difficult to get in Australia. Hopefully she is going to sit there. Yeah. Now really all I want to do is actually see, I'm intrigued as to what size she might be. So she's about 80, maybe just make at the bottom of the fin 85. That is 85, that line there. I think she might just make, which is large for Australia. Oh, and she's now starting to bleed at the gill. Not happy. The history of this female is that I got her from a friend of mine, Graham Warwick, in Sydney, and he was never sure exactly what her parentage was, and her mother got to 87 centimeters, and she died a couple of years ago. So this is one of her babies that I spawned, and you can see that the Benny is very, very light on her, but she's got a huge body shape. And the other interesting thing is I've never had any shimmies or any shading black, grey on the fish at all. So although I kind of thought she might be a bit of Oshuba in her, but because of the shape and the size, but the white's always been good. Never had any problems with black. She will settle down fairly quickly because she's been spawned a couple of times before, so she knows what is happening here. And you see she's a little bit bent because she's carrying a lot of eggs, of course. Once she's spawned out, she straightens up again. We'll leave her for an hour before probably longer than an hour. Let her get settled in before we move the males in. So we are going to now catch a male to go with the big female. And I've chosen, out of 4 young males that I've got, I've chosen this guy as one of them. He's about 4 years old, and was bred with by myself from another line. Typical male, wants to knock the house down. Now bear in mind that these fish are not fed in the best of food, and they get no colour enhancer or anything like that. So, and they're a little thin. This is another young kohaku, and I'm not going to use this. And you can see the difference in the body shape between this fish and the last one, and that's because it's related to the female. So it's got quite a large body shape, but I'm not going to use it because I want to outcross here. So I'm going to use another kohaku in here, which is related to the male that we used, but not to the female, if I can catch it or see it. What is it? The other thing to notice here is that so this fish is not related to the female. The other thing to notice is that I don't concern myself about pattern with breeding fish. I don't worry about that at all. It's all about body shape, good sashi and good kiwa. So the lines, the edges of the fish, I want to be sharp. And this fish is fine. Oh, he's only young. I think he's only 3rd year, maybe. Yeah. So we'll take him, and that's the two males for the big female. I don't think we'll bother putting him into the, we'll just take him straight to the pond, I think. Kind of net, because I don't have to dump the water. If they're a waterproof net, I have to waste time getting rid of the water, whereas this one lets the water go through, and it's quite large, so easy to catch for me. So this is the spawn, the 2 males and the big female.